Hey everybody, it's your dating coach, Matt B. And I'm doing another video, kind of a follow-up to the 15 minutes video that the subject was 15 minutes before you met your ex. And really it's about a frame of mind that you can have that will help you as far as your breakup goes. And this is kind of a frame of mind I had before I met my ex, because I don't think I may have not met my ex if I didn't have this frame of mind in a certain way, if that makes sense. It's kind of an abundance mentality. I mean, they talk about the abundance and scarcity. A lot of people, New Age and self-help movements talk about that. So in this situation, a few months before I met my ex, I was starting to flirt with a lot of women and stuff and do, a lot more online dating. And I kind of had it in my head that it doesn't matter. And what does that mean? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter one approach. It doesn't matter one email. It doesn't matter anything, because it's inevitable that I'm going to meet someone. And at that point in time, I was just looking for casual things, but that's how my last relationship actually became a relationship, is because it was kind of a casual thing that I thought I was going to be casual, but then it kind of developed, and then there was a lot of boundaries that were crossed that probably shouldn't have been. Both, it was kind of a wreck in the end, but it was something that gave me pause after we broke up, and way after that, I started thinking about this subject again, and it was an epiphany that I had that it does not matter in the long run, these little things, because we're going to, what happens is that you feel disconnected when you get dumped. You feel disconnected from women or men or, the other genders, whatever. And you feel disconnected from yourself. You feel disconnected from others. And your ex is put on a pedestal immediately, if you get dumped. And you want them back. But before I met my ex, I was under a self-improvement regimen. And I think I would credit that with getting my ex, is because I was trying to improve myself. There had been a lot of situations in my life that weren't going the way they should, and I was in the process of resolving them when I met my ex. And some would argue maybe I set myself back by committing so much to this woman in a certain way, but at the same time, I wanted a relationship, eventually. But this is what happened. So 2 or 3 months before I met my ex, I was thinking, it's inevitable that I can meet someone to be in a relationship with. It was inevitable. It's just a matter of time. It's not that hard. All it is a matter of different things. And these approaches or these, interactions online or whatever they're just what they are. It doesn't really matter. So if I get rejected by someone, which I definitely did, it doesn't really matter. Because and my ego isn't invested in that as much. But the overarching theme with this is that you will succeed no matter what. It doesn't matter. So it's inevitable. It doesn't matter. You will succeed. All these things are end goals in your mind. And, you can say whatever you want to believe, these mystical things, you can add to that, or you could just basically think that it's easy, because it is easy. I mean, think about people that go into relationships super fast, or out of relationships super fast, just go from one person to another. And, if you're watching this video, you might not be that type of person. I don't know. People that watch these types of videos can vary, but a lot of the time, if you're suffering a certain level with your ex dumping you, you either aren't in that frame of mind or mood, or you just don't believe that. But really, at the end of the day, it's the process rather than the outcome. It's that you will succeed. You will. If you commit yourself to succeeding in this area of life, even if you've suffered setbacks like this, which you probably just did, it doesn't matter, because it's kind of like you can make it a smaller thing in your mind about the breakup and being dumped and stuff, because overall it's kind of just like, well, it's just another rejection. I'm never rejected. I just discover if someone has good taste, as a infamous dating guru used to say. That's really, at the end of the day, if you adopt these attitudes, if you just try to, raise your confidence level and just say, and that's what confidence is certainty a lot of the time. Confidence and being attractive is certainty. You're certain that you're going to succeed. And that's what happened last year to me, before I met my ex, because it had been a long time since I've been in a relationship, and there was various reasons for that are very personal, and I may go in one day on these videos, but it had been so long that it was getting to be ridiculous. So I had resolved myself to be in a relationship of some sort. I wanted to be casual at first until I got, things going again with stuff, and then made a decision with, whoever I was seeing. But the first, I'll admit, one of the first people that came along, I did get in a relationship with. And it was, there was a lot of trouble, and I wasn't sure about things. I had a lot of doubts. And I think a lot of those doubts are because of baggage. So it was a good experience overall for me, though, and it was, better part of a year I was with this woman, and it was an adventure, and I'm glad I did it either way. Glad I made the decision to go with her. But nevertheless, I just see it as a temporary setback. I see it as something that is leading me to someone better for me, perhaps in the future, and, better situations and more confidence. That's one thing about this part of life, that we have to accept that this is a lesson instead of being a punishment. And it feels like a punishment because someone has essentially destroyed you in their, that you had a part in their life, and they destroyed that connection. And sometimes we think we're destroyed ourselves, and that's the problem. But if you like this video, please subscribe and, hit the like button. And also you can watch from my email coaching, and definitely send me an email if you have some questions about this stuff, and I'm available, and I'll see you later.